Friends, this is The Robin's Nest by Terry. This is Trash to Treasure DIY. The host is a rustic lace. Co-hosts are 6 kids and a glue gun and crafty hints. In this video, you'll find Terry painting an item that she found out of the dumpster. Yes, out of the dumpster. And if you're like me, I would have loved to have got that video. I think that would have been funny to watch Terry dig this thing out of the dumpster. But it is a coal bucket and that she's going to repaint. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you have a friend that would be interested in this video, please share it to a friend. Grab your coffee, grab your snack, and enjoy the paint.
All right, let's kind of make it look like it's metal. And I'm just mixing some white and some black together to make a gray. Kind of like the teapot I did the other day. I like distressing it this way. Doesn't take a lot of paint. And you don't have to be real careful with it. We are going to enhance Mr. Cow there. But actually this would have looked cute just done over like this. And I will post the picture on my page afterwards. But I don't know if you guys do this, but if you learn that AI robotic stuff, that's going on out there, well, there's one that you can do, and it takes out the wrinkles in your face, and you can add your own makeup. And so today, instead of going home and putting makeup on, I put my makeup on artificially, and it looked pretty darn good. I added lipstick, I added contour, I added blush, and then I put it through an AI app, because I was holding this for the picture. And when the AI app came out, I have this funky pink hair, but it's really pretty. I have some funky, pretty makeup on, and this is pink. This is all glitter up here with a gold steer. It's beautiful. And then I'm like, nobody will buy it if I glam it up like that. So we'll make it look old. Now, if they'd only let you do that to your driver's license, that would be nice. All right, so we're going to, let's just take this all the way around. We're only going to do one steer tonight. If you guys are like me, you're probably ready for bed. It's been a long day. And my other option was I could have made it enamel. And to do it enamel, I would have had him spray paint it black just like this, and then spray paint it really good. Well, no, I could have left off the black. It was already black to begin with. But if you would have taken white spray paint, made it to where the white was really strong on there, I could have come in with some black and made it look like it was enamel. We'll make it look like it's an old galvanized bucket. So I'm pretty sure that this is a new bucket. So I don't know where you would find them at, but nothing really screams vintage to me, except that somebody probably had it in their garage for a lot of years, or for a while anyway. But I'm pretty happy because it's the only thing I brought back from the city dump. You got people sitting out there in their cars just waiting to see what people are throwing away. One time I made my husband pick up a Jeep hood. I'm like, I can paint that Jeep hood. It was so cool. I brought it home. I spray painted it. I put some really cool flowers on the top of it. It was really good. I had to prop it up beside table outside, sit on the ground and do it. And then I got it all done and my husband's like, what are you gonna do with that? What do you do with it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I thought I could put it in a garden somewhere. You don't garden. Well, yeah. Put it with some flowers. You don't plant flowers. So it ended up going back to the dump. But it was pretty cool. We did have to take, do you ever have all that stuff where you think that you'll use it and you never do? We had some old oak boards. We had some live edge boards. But it was just, they've been sitting in there for years. We haven't used them yet. They just had to go. We even put some of it on buy sell, in the group, and people weren't interested. Hi, Charlotte. This one isn't for coal. This one is for charcoal. That's why it makes me think that it is new. But it does look like a coal bucket. When I dumpster dived for it, it was plastic. All right. Now what are we going to do? We're just going to make him look like a steer. It's kind of at an odd angle, I know, it's going to be hard for me to paint it and show it at the same time. So I can just talk. I know, Margaret, I was thinking of that. When I post that picture, you'll have to look at it because it was beautiful. It is something that Kathy DiDomenica would have loved to have done in a heartbeat. Pink. All of this was studded in rhinestones. It's beautiful. The cows in gold. I don't got no rhinestones, guys. I do have some of those dollar things from Dollar Tree, but it's beautiful. And I look pretty good in it too, I tell you. I looked kind of hot in it, actually. I thought I looked pretty darn good. I didn't have any wrinkles. I looked about 20 years younger. And I had pink hair. Oh, the tricks they can do today. All right, so I'm caught up on those. Okay. So you're gonna love it when you see the pink one. You're gonna say, "Oh, go back and redo it now." Because now that you said that, I'm like, oh, maybe I should have. I don't know. But then I gotta sell what I make. It was like, I did that whole faux food thing last week where I did the styrofoam and made the hamburgers and the watermelon slices. Yeah, they were cute. They were sitting over there in the garbage. And it's like, I gotta make some money at this. I can't waste my time making stuff that won't sell, so I just threw it in the garbage. But it was cute, but it wasn't functional. Or it wasn't really decorative, I guess. I got the owls done. They are getting ready to go and be printed tomorrow. I got my scarecrows back today. I got my ghost door hangers. I will be posting them on my page for sale. And the owls should be here on Monday. I put my order in yesterday for the scarecrows and the ghost, and they were at my door this morning. And I did have to order some more of those Uncle Sam's that were sitting up there because I oversold him. See that guy sitting up there? So I got 6 of those left, and I'm not ordering any more after that. But, all right, let's give this guy now we want the other sides to be black and brown. A little bit too dark. Okay, we're going to have to let that dry because we're going to make him come to life here in a minute. Let's first off shade around him and pull him off that background. I live in Illinois. Thank you, Cindy. 5 a.m. in South Africa. Holy cow. Well, I guess I know there's a tomorrow, don't I? There is a tomorrow because you're living in it. I've got relatives that live in Australia, so it's like, if you're still there tomorrow, I know I'll be there. It's tomorrow somewhere. Go ahead and get that little piece of black in there while I got it. And then we're going to just take, this is going to be one of the easiest things I've done. And for being so late at night, I thought I'd get in here and get it. And then I will be back on Sunday night at 9 o'clock. We did, I painted something and then we auctioned it off while I was painting it. And so I will be doing that every Sunday night. So follow my page, The Robin's Nest by Terry, right here. And this week I got a really pretty heater. I can't wait to get into Christmas. I was really dreading, you know, getting all the snowman stuff out again, but now it's kind of really wanting to. I painted an owl today inside, not the same owl. So I have a painting group called Painting for Profits, and on Tuesdays we do a harder project, and on Thursday we do a simpler project. So I'll show you here in a minute while we let this dry up. I think I can get my shading in. Yeah, have to let it dry just a moment. So, oh, this, it's gonna look backwards, sorry, because I'm not turned. but this was our project on Tuesday. This little owl. I love the yellows. I love all the colors. But then so for tonight's project, it's like, let's not do all the extra stuff. Let's make him really easy to make him into a door hanger. But then I changed my colors because the more I started painting it, the more I started thinking Indian corn. Doesn't that look like, well, now that I'm changing it, I'm going to change this up a little bit. But doesn't he look like he would go so well with Indian corn and all the same colors? I still got his feet left to do, so I still got to go in and detail him out. But I think he will be a really cute door hanger when we're done. So that was our projects this week. The red lights in this inside. Mine is at 9 p.m. So always 9 p.m. Central Time. I'm just going to do it every Sunday. And so, you know, we have Virtual Home Decor Marketplace where the ladies inside of my group sell all weekend, Saturday and Sunday night. So I'll be the last one. So we're not scheduling sales after 9 so that I can have a set time. As you know, it's so hard for me to, if I don't tell you guys a certain time, I'll think, oh, I'll go on later tonight, or I'll do it later. Oh, well, tonight's went by. Let me do it tomorrow. And if I don't set a time, I won't come on. So I have to set a time. So now my time is every Sunday night at 9 p.m. You know, I come into my group every Tuesday at 6 p.m., every Thursday at 6 p.m. I show up to teach my exercise classes 2 days a week, every time at 9 o'clock. If I didn't do that, I would talk myself out of it all the time. I would never get anything done. So I just had to finally say, you know, and I love my craft around the clock spots, but they're not always the same either, because it just depends on if I get on and try to get scheduled at the same time on the same date. And there's so much going on, you know, during the week with Craft Around the Clock that it's a great time for me not to compete with any of them who are on there. It's like Sunday nights are pretty dead when it comes to anybody on being creative. So I thought it would be a perfect time for me not to interrupt anybody else, all the events that go on. So I'm going to go in there with his eyes. Get inside his nostrils a little bit. We will make his nose ring gold, but he's coming out here. I don't know that I got gold, but I got yellow. It'll stand in for a pinch. Oops. I do not sketch. I'm not a good sketcher. I can't draw. I have to paint. And while I paint, it's kind of like some of the times when I have a project and I go live to teach it, I haven't even done it yet. It comes out while I'm teaching it because I'm good at painting, but I'm not good at drawing. Or I'm not a big planner either. So most of the time when I go live like that owl that we did tonight, I hadn't done that until we went live tonight. That's why I changed it up a couple times, and I'm like, I'll just paint another one tomorrow and give you better details. But that wasn't planned. All that came together in an hour and a half. It's the easiest way for me to work. Because you guys my biggest problem is I'm never prepared ahead of time. And if I don't prepare ahead of time because then I'll second guess myself and I'll say, oh, I don't like that. And then just time gets away from me because then I'm I'm just going overboard on trying to do it right. So luckily they all know how I operate and they all roll with it. You know, some painting things, they give you a pattern before you go and do it. It's like you get a pattern from me after I'm done. But it's the easiest way because I can see it in the paint. I couldn't see it if I drew it. So when you're painting, all the colors, you know, and when you start adding the shading and the highlighting, that's what makes it come to life. So now sometimes I'll go on the internet and I'll find a coloring page like I did for an owl face, and I just use the face of an owl because an owl looks like an owl, and I don't know what an owl looks like, so I do that. But you know, if it's something that's, you know, but if it's a gnome or a snowman, yeah, it's just all freehand. The sea turtle that I did, I didn't even know what the heck a sea turtle's legs look like or anything, so that does help. Right now I need to shade in for all the details. The Highland cows I can do without, you know. Once, I've only painted maybe maybe three or four owls in my whole lifetime. So when you don't paint, yeah. If you were telling me to paint a cat, I'd have to go find a picture, coloring page of a cat to paint it, because I don't see the shapes in my mind. I can see the colors, and I can see how I want it to look, but I can't perceive, you know, if you told me to paint this cow without looking at anything, it'd be like, I can't do that. So I don't have that gift. I can just bring the colors together. Yeah, it's kind of like people say, especially, I've been a full-time crafter for 25 years, me and my husband, and people would come in and say, oh, I bet your house is beautiful. No, not really. I don't put anything on my walls because I'd take it down to sell it, and I sure don't want to decorate with my stuff. And I don't know how to put things that look good on the wall. I can slap up a big picture, but don't ask for any accents around it. My house is pretty plain. My dining room table, well, now that I got my own shop, it's not that bad, but when we did craft shows, I don't think we ever ate at the table because it was so full of all my stuff. And the more you craft, the more it just grows and grows. And I need to dry brush a little bit. Oh, and guess what? My husband's going to join me for the first time on, maybe that's not true. Maybe he's been on before a long time ago. He's going to join me on Sunday night. And so when I asked him, he said, sure. He goes, I know what kind of stories you tell about me, so maybe they'll ask me the stories and I'll tell them the truth. It's like, whatever. Whatever. He looks so much better. That ring in his nose really needs to be bright, though, because otherwise it looks like part of his thing. Thank you, Marianne. Yes, I'm on Central Time. Charlotte. So right now my time is 10:15 p.m. So now if you were fancy and you had some cow ribbon, which I do have, but I don't think it's the kind of ribbon that you would use on here. You know, all the ladies on Craft Around the Clock have all the pretty flowy ribbon. Oh, no, I don't. I was going to say I do, but they're more browns. Just going to put just a tiny, yeah, I don't like the yellow in his eye. Not really digging that little nose ring he's got in there. It looks like a lip, but it is a nose ring. Not like anybody's going to really look at that real well, but it's driving me crazy. So we're going to make that, just a tiny bit of pink. So you can see it. The picture of that owl online, because I had to make two of them. That one, I painted the first one on Tuesday because I was so scared on Tuesday. I had to teach it at 6 p.m. I had no clue what I was going to do on Tuesday. In fact, it was going to be Halloween. And the colors were just not talking to me. It was dark orange. And I'm like, I can't teach this. I don't feel it. We'll save this one for later. And I started that owl about 3 o'clock on Tuesday. And I got most of it done to enough to where I liked it. And then at 6 o'clock, we painted it again. But that's how much I cut it so close. Okay, that helped. A little bit of that blush right there. Still want to tone that ring down. All right, and then I can just go right, hold on. Make that a little bit darker. Now you guys are going to look at that pink one, and you're going to say, okay, we'll be back on Sunday night. Paint it pink with all the bling. All right, so on the wording, so that we can make it stand out a little bit more. Because believe me, the more I paint, the more I'm like, ugh. If I would have seen that sooner. So now I have to do, I haven't decided. I'm going to paint a heater on Sunday, but I haven't decided if I want to do it with a fall scarecrow. I think I may go with a snowman. Because like Jackie said, filled with red lights, it's really pretty. This little bit. dry brush right on top of it, and it'll make those letters stand out a little bit more.